1, 2, 1, 2. Hey, cuz, can you hear me? All right. Thank you for the thumbs up. Okay. Let's see how everybody flows on. All right. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. We'll let everybody flow on. And give me a thumbs up or something in the chat if I sound good. I saw what you said, cuz. And we'll get cranking in a moment. See how people flow on. So, Bon, blessings, blessings. How do I sound to you, Silban? All right. Well, we're going to get flowing. Whoever flows in, and whoever's here is here. So welcome. This is continuing. Here we go. I have another family member dropping in, I believe. All right. Looks like Dara, give thanks. We're going to get flowing. We have some things to cover today. Very important after the very historical celestial event of that lunar eclipse full moon that was so close to our planet that it casted this red hue, and they call it a blood moon. Mostly I want to connect today to the changes that are happening within us so we can be, as my daughter's learning this word, appropriate use of her language, so we can be in the appropriate action and the appropriate ways in which we need to change from moment to moment, because to whom much is given, much is required. So go ahead and toss me something in the chat to let me know that you can hear me well. We're going to flow today with a tune in, as we do, to activate ourselves, activate our awareness as vibratory beings. And then I'm going to go through a little something about the heart. And I share with you this information from my experience in the spiritual counseling room. I'm grateful to have been around people who come from different places around the world, and they have different stories, and yet the same story. And that same story funnels into this longing to have control over their mind and to experience a deep sense of peace within. that allows them to know what to do when. Blessings, Tracy. So we're going to tune in, go into a conversation and some information about the heart, and go into a practice of connecting the brain and the heart, as well as the gut brain. Do a little pulsing of our navel point. So there's going to be a big offer at the end. So hang out with me if you can through the whole session, because I have an offering for you. All right. Blessings, Anna. Give thanks. Okay. So as we do start bringing these teachings from a yogic point of view and splashing it with some science. So as we do in our Kundalini yoga practice, Kunda, coil, Lini, line, this coiled energy that rests at our tailbone, we like to tune in to this energy that flows through us, this energy that links all of us here today, links us with our earth family, links us with our genetic family, and links us with the ones, our ancestors, the ones that have gone before us. So we want to tune in with a simple chant. Om, really bringing that tongue to the upper palate. Om, Namo, Guru, Dev, Namo. Welcome those that are arriving. We're just about to tune in. And I'll give a little recap of our flow as we journey through the session today. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Really feeling your navel point, feeling the vibration of your bones that helps your mind to experience the vibrational truth of your identity. So what we're going to do is we're going to place the palms together. This is a mudra that brings balance to the right and left hemispheres of the brain. And welcome those that are joining. Let's see if I can get a better view of everybody. Welcome, Dorit. Welcome, Cheryl. Yay. All right. And if you can, pop a little chat message in there and let me know you can hear me. Or a thumbs up would be good as well. Thank you, D. Thank you. All right, so let's tune in. We're going to move into the flow of information around unifying ourselves within so we can be the eye of the storm of transformation, or just the eye of transformation. You know, just allow the metamorphosis to take place and know our place within it. All right, so let's tune in and then we'll go into all of that. And if you missed it, I have a special offer at the end. So if you can hang on and flow with us, there's some goodies waiting for you. So press the thumbs into the sternum. Here's where you can allow the sensations, the sensory input of your nervous system to tune in to the effect of your voice on your own being. The effect of your voice that can vibrate the cells of your body and move you into a vibrational awareness of your identity. Closing the eyes. Now, if you want to deepen this tune in, you can focus your eyebrows, you can focus your eyes up and in to the point between the eyebrows. And if you want to hold your eyes open and relax, you're welcome to do that as well. So we're going to chant this invocation, this acknowledgement of our connection to the infinite intelligence that can guide us, this divine being that we represent. We're going to tune in 3 times. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. On one breath, and really feel yourself as a vibrational being. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale. See where you are in your day, in your mind. Inhale. Exhale. Take inventory where you are right now. What's the experience within? Bottom of that exhale finds us a long inhale. Hold a moment. Exhale. And let's inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply. Hold that breath, and if you just joined, just place your hands in prayer position in front of your heart, pressing the thumbs gently. Exhale, and breathe with us for a moment. Inhale deeply. Hold that breath, just letting yourself come to awareness. One of the keys of harmonizing the three brains that we're about to talk about. Exhale. Inhale. Holding that breath. Exhale. And blessings, all the newcomers. Hold that meditative space with your eyes closed if you have them closed. And just let's go. We have some new arrivals. Let's go into a little breath practice. We're going to be talking about ways to harmonize within these three intelligent brains. The mind brain, the heart brain, and the gut brain. And the first step is bringing awareness to where we are, who we are, where we are. So the first aspect is recognizing who we are as a vibrational being. The next step of awareness is we're inside of this vessel. We're inside of this special spacesuit called this human body that has a regenerative capacity, a self-organizing capacity, and a capacity for channeling information from infinite sources. So even though we're physical, we have the ability to be infinite. So as I tune in to everyone who's joined, let us hold the hands in the lap, pressing the thumbs and the index finger together. This is a seal, just like there's a key that you open your door to enter your home. This is a key that allows you to unlock the door of knowing oneself, simply by allowing the circuitry of your body as it was studied by the ancient ones that have gone before us. We'll call them the Vedics in India. They wrote down these hand positions. There are many cultures that have these esoteric teachings around hand positions. This is the one we're going to utilize today. Now, we did this breath on our last session, and I think consistency is important to generate the muscle of commitment and exercise and strengthen the muscle of commitment, I would say. So we're going to do this cycle breath. It's a rhythm, and when we synchronize the breath in a certain rhythm, or in this case in segments, it helps to activate this self-organizing aspect of our nervous system called the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, this becomes very important when we have what appears like chaos going on around us, physically beyond our skin barrier. But what about our own emotional reaction to the energy going on around us that we're taking in? How can we stay centered in the design of our own being, the purpose of our own being in this moment? How can we stay centered in that place? Breath is one of the important ways to do that. And by this breath practice, you also secrete saliva in such a way where it stimulates your immune system. So you're literally giving yourself a boost, your own flu shot, without thinking about being afraid of the flu. You're just focused on going within and being your infinite self. You line up with your frequency that your soul has come to represent. So therefore, the frequencies that are out there that have, that are there to only encourage you to be who you are, no longer begin to tell you what you feel. You begin to listen to your own soul, listen to your own technology, brain, heart, gut, brain, listen to your own biophysical technology that lets you know who you are. So here we go. There's a 4-part inhale. First, for those that are visual, imagine this is a full inhale. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And then long exhale. So what you want to allow your mind to do is imagine that with each segment, you are breaking it up equally. And when you get to the top, you're opening up your upper shoulders a bit so you get that full lung capacity. Imagine you have a capacity to be conscious. Most of us never even pay attention to utilizing this capacity. So most of us are down in this level of taking in this amount of life force that gives us the ability to be conscious. Imagine if you take your full capacity in, that allows you to be you. You get a chance to access 100% of your consciousness. And when the S-H-I-T hits the fan, you have access to yourself and your own inner intelligence because you've been practicing accessing your full capacity rather than just minute aspects, just enough to keep things running, right? So here we go. 4-part inhale. I'm going to count them out and then we're going to have one long exhale. So make sure your spine is straight. A straight spine is self-esteem. Allowing the spine to be straight. If you want to, you can tuck the chin in slightly. This opens up the back of the neck. So I'm going to count it out, and then we're going to go for about 3 minutes. And then I'll call us back in together. All right? So we'll inhale together. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And if any of our empresses out there are on their moon time, when I say hold a breath or squeeze root lock, you stay away from doing that. And just allow yourself to breathe according to a way it's comfortable for you. Inhale one last time. Feel your body tune in. Exhale. Now begin. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. And really feel your belly button moving on this and opening up as you take the segments of the inhale. Let the breath pour into you, squeezing the belly button towards the spine gently. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Long exhale. Relax the shoulders. Feel like you're letting go of what you no longer need. Coming to center. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Filling up. Exhale. Now go at your own pace. As you exhale, feel yourself releasing. Maybe it's like diesel smoke coming out, just letting go. Any concerns, any thoughts about anything going on in the day. It's coming home to where everything begins and transforms. Sense the movement of your lungs. Sense the way your body is responding to your command. Thirty more seconds. See if you can go deeper into sensing your heart, sensing the movement of your lungs around your heart. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, let this be your last exhale. At the bottom of that exhale, take a long, deep inhale. Hold at the top. Again, if anyone is on their moon time, breathe according to a way that is relaxing for you in your flow, in your cycle. Exhale. Squeeze the air out slightly, letting go. Inhaling deeply. Now, to deepen the utilization of this energy, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor, applying root lock. Exhale. Inhale one last time, longest one of your life. Hold at the top, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. Now we're going to deepen it a bit. If it's comfortable for you, draw your navel up and in. Hold. Sip a little air in. Hold. Allow this energy to rise. Now look up with your eyes. Last few seconds. Exhale. Now holding this meditative space, we're about to flow into this metaphorical, metaphysical aspect of our heart and the power that it gives us access to. So I want you to consider right now any blocks that you face in your life, any challenges that seem to pop their head up repeatedly, become frustrating or annoying, whether they show up in you or as another before you. Just bring that all up and give it a chair to sit in, a very royal chair. Because by the end of this portion, we're going to give thanks for those aspects or those experiences, those stories that mess with us, that may encourage us to involve ourselves in behavior that is counterproductive for our health and well-being. We're going to have a conversation and metamorphosize our perspective of these issues that show up. So taking a moment to smile and give thanks for these aspects that show up. I'm coming to you from my mother's house, a powerful place to be, returning close to the womb, which can also return my mind close to memories that are not very pleasant now. I appreciate my mother. I love her dearly. And everything that she represents, the connection to my aunties, my cousin. I have my cousin Kevin on here. I have my cousin Dara on. You know, I'm close to my family, which is very healing for me, being an only child and having these inner stories that I put on my chair of being isolated in my stories of trauma, which has caused me to isolate myself from family that loves me because of the stories that I have in my head. Now, I'm sharing this to spark in you how you interact with the way you tell the story of your life. And all of you are masters in your own right. We come here to sharpen ourselves. At least that's the intention for this platform that I'm guided to present as an offering to you. That we create a community of medicine people, that we come to help each other remember by keeping our mirror clean. So this is one way I keep my mirror clean, is to be open to what I face, as well as share what I've learned along the way from hearing the stories of others and being encouraged by my family to be who I am? Where are you being encouraged in your life? So as we dip into looking at the heart, family has a big connection to the heart, right? It's where we learn to express our feelings. It's where we learn to use our voice around our family nucleus. We learn to connect to that voice. We listen to the voices of our families, their inflections, their intonations, their gestures, their emotions that get expressed through their family, through their voice. As you see an ancestor in the back there, I have another dear cousin, Dara's sister, who is researching the family lineage deeper, and we learned who this is, right? You learn things about yourself around your family. And yet, it's my experience in the spiritual counseling rooms that this powerful entity called family also has triggered people into believing the reason for their self-destructive behavior is because of family. So we're sharing this metaphorical message of this very concrete example within, so that it can be an anchor to the power that is going on inside you, as well as the power going on around you by design, called family. Now, this leads to an understanding of ourselves as energy that we talked about in the last session. Recognizing who we are as energy. Living in an energy system that has been organized to go through cycles. Now, in Kundalini Yoga, we learn about these cycles through a meditation called Sa Ta Na Ma, a meditation called Kirtan Kriya. Sa, infinity, is this infinite aspect of the universe, infinite aspect of us as the universe. Ta, life, existence. This is its unfolding. We're experiencing our family stories, experiencing our relationship stories, experiencing the identity that we have about ourselves, this identity story that we have about ourselves, right? Satana, this transformation, this metamorphosis of that existence. Some call it death, some call it rebirth. And then Ma is that birthing. So here we have this cycle that is represented within us. It's represented within relationships. You can see it in relationships. They call it the 7-year itch. Me and my wife are coming on 8 years, right? But think about your relationships where they feel like, wow, this is the most incredible relationship in the world, and then all of a sudden, like, rah, what's going on? You know what I mean? You're getting under my skin. And why are you doing that? And it's your fault. Take a deep inhale with me. To flow through these cycles, maintaining a sense of connection to our own heart is what can allow us to be eye of the emotional storm, could be emotional hurricane, whatever is going on that causes us to feel unfocused. I'm out of my element. I was telling my mother this morning, I feel like a fish out of water, right? But all of that coming forth from my voice is a story about what's going on in this moment. My encouragement to you is that we use our voice to tell supportive stories. Because a lot of that speaking, that way of speaking about the unknown, that way of speaking about stepping in to the rebirthing aspect of the cycle is about letting go of the past story. I have the records of the stories my family would tell. The way my mother would tell stories about family and her traumatic experiences around family. Doesn't make family bad. These are the ways we tell stories about family. My challenge to all of you is that we are the pioneers of telling the success stories. Different than ignoring the past, but that's why we prepared a beautiful chair for our issues and our stories to sit on, because we're looking at them as teachers, right? So if I have the story of isolation, if I have the story of we moved to New York from Jersey City away from my family, in my adolescent mind at 21, that 19-year-old mind, when he was on his own, he had the story that his family didn't care. Was that true? My cousin is on the line now. My other cousin, Dara, is on the line now. Kevin's on the line as my other cousin. I didn't say your name, Kev, sorry. But was that true? That they didn't care about me? That was the story going on in my head. But here I am, 56, and I can feel the challenges of that adolescent when I step into something new, because that was a new phase of his life. His mother had left to go handle family business in Alabama at around 18 and a half. So 19 is it's a calling of life. Hey, time to grow up, young man. Where in your life, I want you to write it down right now. Where in your life has this intelligent universe called on you to step into the unknown because it's time to start transforming into a butterfly? It's time to move out of just living the familiar way. The imaginal cells are coming online in you. Where? Like, recognize the point in your life that there was a big shift. Because that's what's happening. When it's time for the caterpillar to become a butterfly, we don't see it on the outside. The consciousness of the caterpillar doesn't even know what's happening. But the universe is on point in its organizational frequencies, and the signal is happening, and these clusters of imaginal cells start to come online in the body of the caterpillar, right? So just like this signal could come online from 19 years old, but the signal comes on and it looks like the story that I'm not supported because I have the story of family not coming to visit me, right? That's a story. Whether it's accurate or not, what we're talking about is being in this moment, going through the cycle of the universe as an energy being. This will allow stepping into the unknown as energy, rather than stepping into the unknown, focusing on familiar stories to help us feel comfortable, right? What is that? That is a survival mechanism, which brings us into dealing with fear and stress. I'm in an unfamiliar environment. I'm here with my daughter without my wife. My wife and daughter, and myself, we're the nucleus, but we have expanded that nucleus, right? There's a transformation taking place within us all. To allow that is to flow. Satanama is to flow with the voice of the universe that lives through us. What is the source of our voice? I asked myself this question. Anybody got an answer? What is the source of our voice? Let that sink in a moment. What is the source of our voice? And consider these two rivers. I'm gonna give it to you like, what time is it? I'm gonna give it to you like I asked one of my senior teachers, Guru Singh, what is the key to longevity when looking to accomplish your heart's mission, your soul's mission? What's the key to growing younger while you do it, right? To growing more vital while you're accomplishing your heart's desire? What's the key? He said, you must be aware of how you use your energy, particularly around determination or laziness, lack of enthusiasm. So what I want you to do is draw a wave. I'm looking for a piece of paper. I'm gonna draw it out really quick. Draw it out so you can see. I gotta get one of those things where you can see me draw. So there's gonna be two energies that create the wave, right? So okay, so look at this. Draw like a wave. See that wave? Draw that wave. This is the wave of time and space. Draw that wave. And there's two energies that are moving that wave. Okay, so draw that wave any way you want to. I'm just going to tell you what the two energies represent. This is the flow of the universe, right? Okay, I'm going to draw a little something. Okay, so here we are. Our goal is to balance on it, right? Like a surfer, right? So top arrow is going to be your cosmology. The bottom arrow is going to be your genealogy, right? So it looks like that. Everyone see that? Give me a thumbs up or hit me up with a thingy thing. So these energies are converging to move the flow, right? We want to stay balanced right here. And this is what our heart allows us to do. It allows us to balance. You can look at it as far as the energy centers in our body. It is the center key as far as our 7 energy centers in the body. If you include the foot energy center, it would be 8, but it is the center, right? So you want to focus in on your breathing. You want to focus in on the story that you have come to tell. What is the source of your voice? I believe it is your soul. See, the cosmology is that soul, right? But that soul business needs some fuel. It needs a body to interact with. It needs those family stories to interact with that we have on that chair over there. Because these issues, these stories, like I talked to you about mine, around not being supported, right? So because I thought my family didn't love me or support me. That wasn't true. But then if I'm 55 and I'm going into an unknown situation, I start to think about myself as not being supported and it's hard and all these stories start to pop up. But that's cool. It's all right. Invite them in and bring them over to meet your soul so that they can realize, like, hey, that's not true. I've come to represent being connected. That's what this platform is about. I come to represent restoring balance. What have you come to represent? Write that down right now. What have you come to represent? Take a deep inhale and feel yourself tune into your heart. Ask your heart that question. When you feel your belly button flow out and flow in, you're activating your gut brain. Removing your belly button. You know, throughout all cultures, you know, our heart is representing this balance, right? You know, this position. You know, we pray in church. Sometimes the hands are right here. I remember being in that Friendship Baptist Church down in South Alabama. You know, there's prayers like that. There's prayers and bowing your head, but the hands would come by the heart. You know, even look at this picture. I want to show you this. I got introduced, again, by invitation to some Tibetan meditation practices that involved a lot of sound and breath work. But I want you to catch the metaphor in this picture. Now, we can look at this picture, which is like a bodhisattva, the feminine and masculine aspect, you know, what they call a beatific embrace on lotus lunar seat. It's like this is the goal of the meditation, to heal the branch transgressions that have separated us from this embrace. But what if this feminine aspect represents the heart? And what if this masculine representation, that is, as it is drawn, represents the brain? Here, the embracing, and science now, to the Heart Math Institute, they'll talk about heart coherence. When this is in harmony or embraced or in coherence, then you develop your halo, or you develop your arc line in Kundalini Yoga. The arc line is one of the 6 subtle bodies. And this arc line brings you intuition, brings you the ability to know. Right? So then it's not about stepping into the unknown. We are stepping into a place of knowing what we need to do. But it requires focus. It requires commitment. It requires a daily cultivation of being in this beatific embrace with your 3 brains, right? The breath we did earlier is one of the many teachings that have been passed on by the ancients to help us maintain this embrace where we no longer look, we project. Look what projection is in depth psychology as I learned it. Projection is the subconscious's way of releasing, right? Releasing the pain within. So when we project color of skin, we project the way a gender should be. We project the way a mother should be. We project the way a father should be. I projected the way my family should be. These projections wind up separating us from our own heart. When you dip back into the breath, and it's all right. You know, we're on a journey. And that's the first thing, smile, right? Because those beautiful aspects that effed with you, that you put in that chair, those stories, that messes with you, that causes you to do things you know you shouldn't do, smile at them. Turn over to the chair. Make it a little virtual chair you got next to you. Smile at them. Say, thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Remember your wave, right? You're riding the wave of life. Thank you, right? Genealogy. Thank you for bringing me the stories that help me to develop my relationship with my true self, with my soul, with the source of my voice. Yeah? So as we begin to wind down, I want to, just for 1 minute, now, if anybody, let's do it this way, let's do it this way, let's do it this way, let's do it this way. I'm leaning into accessing our abundance and a clear path through the cycles of the universe, remembering our abundance, and then I'm leaning into breaking through all of these illusionary blockages that are showing up on the news and showing up. So I'm leaning, listening. Okay, abundance. There's a mantra called Har, and it's a feminine creative aspect. Har, and you kind of roll the R because you want the tongue to come to the upper palate and activate your midbrain. So you start secreting the substances of heaven within you, right? Heaven, earth. You start secreting that. Har, Har. And it sounds like a H-U-D. It's spelled H-A-R. But this is to activate your inner technology to pronounce the sound. So these frequencies are very close to the flow of your soul, right? To get you right there close to the connection to your soul. Har. Now there's a movement with each time you say Har and you squeeze the belly button goes against or moves towards the lower spine. Har, 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 Har. And as you relax the belly button, the breath will come in. This mantra with the hand mudra, I can tell you miracle stories, but it'll slice through. Just going to do it for a minute. I want to put it in your hand and do some experiments with it. You tune in, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. I like to do it before bed. And you just allow yourself to go into it for just 3 minutes, right? So this is the movement of the hands. You're vibrating the side of the palm, right? This is the Mercury finger. This is the moon side of the palm, according to the anatomy we were given by Yogi Bhajan. Now you're coming in here, right? So you're going to have the left thumb on top of the right. So the left thumb will be on top of the right as you vibrate the Jupiter fingers, expansion, right? So it looks like this. Right? Now I'm holding my hands up to the screen so you can see, but your hands are down by your heart center, right? Now you can see it a little bit, good. Okay? And we're just going to go into it. I just want you to have this tool in your pocket to tune yourself to this infinite, abundant energy that's flowing as you step into the unknown, stepping into what you know you need to do, right? So we're going to add the mantra now, just for a minute. Har, 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 har. Keep going. Close your eyes now. And just gently, with your eyes about 1/10 open, look at the tip of the nose. Har, 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 har. It's like you look down your nose and you see the movement of your hands. But let the eyelids be slightly open. This eye position will help activate the neurotransmitters of expansion, of heaven, of moving through your blocks. Har, 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 har. Now really feel your voice flow from the pumping of the navel. Feel the voice vibrate your bones. Vibrate those beings that are sitting in that chair so they become teachers rather than anything to mess around with you and stop you and cause you to not get up when you know you need to get up. And anything else that stops you from doing you know you need to do, you thank them with this har, 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 har. Last few seconds. Har, 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 har. Now last one, inhale, open. Reach your hands up. Make a fist, squeeze all the muscles of your body. Exhale, hold your arms up. Squeeze the air out. Remember, respect your body if you're on your moon time. Inhale deeply. Reach, Hold now. Squeeze all the muscles. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. Let this energy permeate your body. You are powerful. You are the universe. Nothing can hold you from your destiny. Exhale. Squeeze all the air out. Last one. Inhale deeply. Squeeze all the muscles. Exhale. Shake the arms out. Shake the hands. Now bring the thumbs and the index finger together. Let the hands rest in your lap, straight spine. And just sense the power and presence that reveals itself from the investment of your time. From focusing on choosing the activities of your day. You can do the same thing with your thoughts and your stories. You can choose what they represent. You are the source voice, the source voice. That was just coming through. You are the source voice, telling the story. Even if it happened, even if it has a history, right? You're telling the story. And relax and open your eyes. Beautiful, beautiful session today, everyone. Now, the offer I had for you, because I'm feeling what's going on in the world, especially being here in Birmingham, Alabama. The duality of life is really evident here. So I want to offer my experience to you. I want to offer complimentary 20-minute sessions. And you can reach me. I put up the website. You can send me an email if you're interested. But I want to offer 20-minute sessions too. And what I want you to do is to get clear. Get clear on what's been challenging you in your life. And let's take it into a container where you look at it as energy so that we can create out of that 20-minute session steps, a path that you can walk where that issue becomes a support to you and no longer a hindrance. So again, I want to offer you that 20-minute session and see the power and presence that is within you to transform anything that you face. Sound all right? Okay. So you can find me on Instagram. Just put in Aka and it'll pop up because it's Aka Jackson, A-K-A-H. And remember this rhythm going on within you. If you have to feel the pulse, if you have to go to that jugular vein, you know, why do you tell stories about Dracula? That's unfair. I mean, go to that jugular vein and just feel the presence of this rhythm moving that life force within you. That will let you know that you are connected to the universe. And just take a look. Where are you? Are you dwelling in that place of being infinite? Have you dropped into existence and you're gathering these stories of what's happening? Are things falling apart and you know they're transforming? The metamorphosis is awakening? Or are you in that rebirth phase? Where are you? Remember, you are pure energy. Nothing can contain you but your own consciousness. So direct it with your practice and your breath. You know what there is to do. It's not about learning to know. Go inside to know. And this is your key and your doorway. Put your hand on your heart and let's do one long Sat, truth, and a short Nam. Inhale together. Sa. Going forth today, remembering truth is your identity. Touch all with your love. Touch all with your being of truth. And most of all, touch yourself. We send these blessings out that all beings find solutions within to the problems they face. That brings them such a deep fulfillment that there is no need to engage in self-destructive behavior for immediate gratification. Love to all, light to all, sadhana. Blessings, everybody. I see you out there in the play of the universe. Take care. One love. Har, 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 har. Wifey poo. Hey, my wife is here. Love ya.